How to Octick Effectively, a guide to professional PvP. http imher.com hgrh2s png. The short and long-term effects of octicking. What is octick? Before we learn how to octick effectively, we must define what octick is. According to Merriam-Webster, octick is the state of being an octopus or being related to octopods in general. Some people like to call it overcast network, but those guys are a bunch of fucking nerds, and since we are not nerds, we will continue calling it octick. All in all, octick is a yin-yang balance between petulant retarded children and amazing pro PvP such as myself. How do you octick? Octicking is the sport of champions, played by the best of the best and MLG Minecrafts. In order to claim fame and glory for oneself, you must learn to master octicking. I will show you how to octick effectively, which will earn you ladies and booty, both definitions of booty. However, octicking comes with a price. Most mortal minds cannot even begin to wrap their metaphorical cloth of knowledge around a massive Jupiterian soccer mom of hate, blood and shit that is octick. You must be seasoned in the most advanced of Zen practices, in order to avoid sinking into the deep hole of great unhindered rage that is octick. However, that is up to you, because I am here to teach you how to octick anyways. Here's some tactics and tricks on how to octick. Bow spamming. Bows are literally the most balanced of weapons in Minecraft, but in order to tap into its full effects, you must utilize it like a machine gun at first. Your enemies will react to your bow spam PvP prowess with anger and confusion, but in time they will soon learn to accept that you are not only intellectually superior to them but also strategically superior to them in every way. Spleefing is recognized by the International Ministry of Sports as the greatest sport in the world. When Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, the first thing he did was attempt to pierce the surface of the moon with his foot in order to initiate a game of spleef. Spleefing is truly a great achievement of humanity, so why not take a piece of the cake for yourself? When your teammates are attempting to erect one-layer bridges, break the blocks under them in order to establish superiority and attract potential mates. After they are done with their existential crisis, they will recognize your spleefing as a sort of silent approval of their action, and salute back. TNT. The first Nobel Prize was given to Alfred Nobel, who invented TNT. This must mean that TNT is the pinnacle of positive moral alignment and ethical soundness. When you find yourself in a map with TNT available, make sure to create a tower up above your base, as a reminder that you are of divine affinity with your holy TNT. Then create a series of bridges that cover your entire base. After you are done constructing your liberation station, start activating loads of TNT above your base. Two things may happen. Both teams might recognize this as the beginning of the end times, and become friends while contemplating the pointlessness of their eternal fight, or an admin of obvious gangster communist persuasion might ban you. Verbal inspiration. Before you can move on to the rest of the octick skill set, you must learn to share your wisdom with other individuals who may not be as enlightened as you are. Whenever you lose due to the obliviousness and unenlightenedness of your teammates, you can use the following terms to tell them that they did good and they can do better next. Time faggot. The term faggot is defined as a bundle of sticks. This is a metaphor as to how a single stick is brittle and easily breakable, but an entire bundle of sticks is strong and may even be usable as a weapon. Use this when your team feels that their teamwork was not good enough. Noob, as defined in the Merriam-Webster, is a new person. This can be used when your team feels old and unable to perform the actions they were previously able to when they were young. Contrary to communist gangster admin lies, the nostalgia server is actually a bunch of elderly people in retirement homes pretending to be noobs. Shit team. The word shit is typically used in a negative manner as it means feces or waste matter, but this false claim is easily disproven by the existence of people with a scat fetish. Use this when it's obvious that your entire team has a poo-poo fetish. GG, GF, and GL. These three words are very offensive words that should never be used. GG means get glomped, which is a very insulting and rude insult. GF means girlfriend, which is comparing the enemy team to a bunch of women. This insult is very misogynistic and very rude. GL means groin lick, which is very crude and very rude. Make sure to never use these words ever and report anybody you see saying them. Team debuffing. In maps with potion debuffs, make sure to always debuff your teammates. When you do this, they will feel that they have not lived up to your expectations and will learn to become better teammates in the process. Logically, If you keep doing this, eventually your teammates will transcend mortal skill and take over the world with air, perfection and unmitigated power. The don'ts: most petulant children who have only begun octick utilize their own set of so-called tactics and strategies that are not only completely ineffective but also counterproductive. Here are a list of things you must avoid in your quest to octick like a ninja death god. Block hitting. Block hitting is actually a completely useless tactic that will get you killed, since you are spending a few milliseconds blocking instead of not doing anything. You are also slowed by block hitting, because there is no other way to move while also block hitting. Unfortunately, the silly notion of block hitting has found its way into octick MLG tournaments. Have prayer for octick and help stop block hitting crits. Some people constantly jump in order to get crits, but they do not know the long-term effects of attempting to acquire crits. In order to jump, you must press the space bar with your thumb. If you keep attempting to get crits for a few hours, your thumb will fall off and you will forever be ridiculed with insulting nicknames such as Four Finger Francis and Two Dumb Four Thumbs. Don't do crits, kids. Going for the objective. Many people attempt to go for the objectives expecting fame and fortune. However, they will find that their objectives will not actually give them fame and fortune. Objectives are distractions placed by the evil communist admins, such as Dripixel and MONSCIURGBBBBJJHHHHA people, in order to dissuade the masses from the octick with lies and deception. Also, completing the objectives may change the map from a great map like Niblic to a shitty map that nobody likes like Harm. What to avoid. Now that you have mastered octick and learned what not to do, you must now learn what to avoid. There is a contagious epidemic currently devastating the populace of octick, known as getting your dick stuck in places they shouldn't be in. One day you're just minding your business and suddenly you're somewhere in China with your dick stuck in a grinder. How this happens or why it happens is currently unknown, but it may be detrimental to your health and ego. In order to combat this phenomena, you should install a GPS on your penis to be able to track where it is at the current moment. You should also install a chastity belt created with holy water dipped steel with the holy words of the Bible ingrained in it, to stop spectral fiends from grabbing your dick then sticking them in places they shouldn't be in. Credits and sources: Wikipedia, Jesus himself, Real Brains, League of Legends sucks.